Welcome back. Take a look at oil prices hitting the highest level that we've seen this year while U.S. inventory is tumbling. Crude oil is trading almost at $77 a barrel. This is as President Biden is about to mess with the energy industry once again, determined to stop the largest natural gas export terminal in the country. Red Apple Group Chairman and CEO John Catsimatidis is here with us now. John, it's always great to have you. Let's talk a little bit about energy as these prices are going up and people are feeling the pain at home of costs up overall. President Trump has come out, former President Trump has come out on the campaign stage and said one of the first things he will do is reverse everything that Biden has done in the energy industry, and he will drill. And you are supporting him. And he's going to say, drill, baby, drill. And don't forget, we were at $55 a barrel when President Trump left. And don't forget, the Iranians were drilling 400,000 barrels a day at $55 a barrel. Chump change. We had them almost bankrupt. President Biden has allowed them to go to 4 million barrels a day. Right. And we made them zillionaires, and we gave them enough money through our oil money, making our people in North America poor, the poor people poorer, the middle class poorer. We gave them a lot of money, and you know what they did with the money? They hired the Iranian Foreign Legion, Hamas, and the UTs. Right. And, I mean, it's just... That's where the money goes. Guys, we're living in a bizarre world. I can't believe it.
I want to stick with that region, sort of the conflict in the Red Sea that you alluded to. I'm curious if you're starting to see any impact of that on goods going back up. Janet Yellen coming out and saying she doesn't see any meaningful spillovers to the U.S. economy from the Middle East conflict, but you have to wonder the shipping containers
I
going
am
up.
disappointed in Janet Yellen, how stupid she could be. I mean, the last time I was here with you guys, oil was going down to $69 a barrel. Yeah. We're on the way towards an election year with going down. And what do the OPEC nations do? They stir the pot, and they create the problem. Iranians created the problem with the, Jesus Christ, the Houthis, yeah. And they created that problem. And oil now is $76, $77 a barrel. Yeah. And, of course, oil is going to go up. For every $1 that oil goes up, we burn 100 million barrels a day in the world. And I think half of it is Russia and OPEC and those nations. Well, that's another $100 million a day, or 50 million, you know.
Huge transfer of wealth from America overseas to some of our greatest adversaries. But, John, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Back home, interesting, a lawmaker in Chicago, you know, they've got a big migrant crisis right now. Where do you house them? So a lawmaker in Chicago said, hey, there's a lot of rich people in Chicago. They like the current mayor. I got an idea. Why don't you guys open up those big mansions, those big houses you own, and let the migrants stay with you? So I got to ask you, John, I don't know how big your house is. I bet it's bigger than mine. You going to open up any rooms? Because we got the same problem in New York City.
Absolutely not. You know what happened in New York when they opened up, some family opened up their rooms? They got killed? They got killed. Yeah. I mean, where is the common sense? They're crazy. Yeah. And it's just a nuts world. And we have to get to a point where we get back to normal. Yeah. You know, if it's, like I said to your producer, if it's Trump versus Biden, I'm absolutely supporting Trump 100%.
Yeah.
Well, if that thing about the migrants is serious, if they're serious about that they want them to live with normal families, I mean, this is really sort of the breakdown and how you get to an extreme socialist society, right?
Well,
right? We all have to share stuff. We all have to live together.
And the good news is, I think this Chicago lawmaker is making a point by suggesting something that makes no sense. And John's certainly not in on it because this is a bizarro world, and he doesn't want to live in a bizarro world. John, we got to leave it there. Great to see you. Same for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
You bet.